Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. This is Hazy, and today's video we're going to be replacing the chain on this guy. It snapped the other day just when I was going like 50, so luckily both sprockets are fine, all the teeth are good and everything. And the sprocket that's in here actually doesn't look too bad. It's pretty shiny, doesn't have any damage or anything to it. So I think what we're gonna do first is just kind of, I've never really done a chain like this. This is my first time other than like a normal like mountain bike or something like that. So I think we gotta take off a bunch of these screws, get this area exposed so we can see that little sprocket and get that chain over there. And then maybe give a bunch of this stuff a clean up just because it's a little bit dirty from the past chain that was on here. So we're going to be dealing with the 525 GXW. This is the gold version. It's a more expensive chain than other ones, just because I want to be safe with this guy. And yeah, it comes with the master link, shows you how everything goes, the different brands and how the steel works and everything. These are great boxes to read and just get some information on. Comes with a cool sticker, which I got on my helmet back there. And yeah, we're just going to get kind of right into this. I know we have to do the wheel alignment after back here and just make sure it's all good with the chain being snug and all that and everything, but again, my first time doing this, so yeah, get this new one fitted. Alright, so I think there's 6 bolts on this crankcase that we got to take off to expose the little sprocket. We fed it in a little bit down here, all the way to the middle part, but we actually have to take it off. So another important thing is to take out the bolts and then line them up where they came out, because as you can see, smaller one, bigger one, you want to make sure they go into the same place there. Take off the throttle cable up here, gear shifter down here, and this crankcase. Okay, so now the crankcase is off, all those bolts are done, everything's lined up, making sure they go in the same order that they came out. And you're just going to look on the back side of this and see all that gunk. We're just going to clean up all that stuff, make sure the sprocket's good, and then we can feed our chain through there. But remember where washers go, little bolts and all that, and the little pieces. So we've cleaned that as much as I'm happy with right now, and we've fed the chain through. Brand new chain all lube, going to the back, just to where the linkages are before we cut it and measure it. And yeah. So next step is to take the chain off and measure it. So we measured 3 down, so we're going to take off this one, I'm pretty sure. Just that linkage. We have the master link right here. We're just going to go on there, and then we're just going to refit it so it fits on the bike. But we've got to grind this down real quick. So now that you've cut your chain and got it fitted the way you want, get your master link, lube it up, make sure it's all good. You're going to want to find one of these things from your local parts store, one of the chain breakers, and you're just going to want to put this master link where it is before we adjust the rear wheel and put on this stuff. So we're going to install the crankcase again, and for this you're going to want to follow the screws that you've placed down here in the same order so you know exactly where they're going, and then don't do them too tight. Do them like lug nuts on a car. Tighten them just like horizontally. Alright, so we have the bolts on the crankcase all put back properly. You know it's proper when 1, they all fit, 2, you look down and your bolts are gone. Then you're going to want to go back and you're going to do your gear shifter and your clutch cable. And do those properly. I found this guy a couple times that I've done wrong, so I got to flip that on the other side and make sure that's all good. So all that is tight now. Make sure your clutch lever up here is tight, so when you pull in, it also lets go, so it's not too loose. You got your gear shifter, make sure that's all nice and snug from up here and down here, make sure nothing's happening. Then just give it a quick little clean, go over once, just make sure all your bolts are there, there's no holes missing, your sensors in place, all your little wires are hidden away and all that. And then the next part is going to be the wheel. The wheel's gone, but I'm going to go clean that sprocket, and then we're going to put it on here and adjust the chain to the right size. Then adjust the wheels like you've seen. If you go to my previous video, when I did the chain tightening video, we're going to do that same video just again right here. Alright, so the front end is figured out. Now the chain is put on, rivets are done, and the rear wheel's back on. Now, same thing as that previous video explaining how to tighten your chain. We're going to do the same thing with 12 mil and 10 mil, just making sure it's even on this side and this side. You don't want to have an off-balance tire when you're riding. It's not good. Give it a little spin, make sure everything's working properly. Chain, tire, look straight to you. And then just finish her off. Alrighty, well that is the final step. Everything's adjusted properly, same on both sides. The chain is done, the tire's wiped off. Make sure your front stuff is done, make sure your gears, your clutch, everything that you've taken off is put back on. Everything is good to where you want it in the standards. Make sure that is nice and tight, all adjusted to spec. Same on this side, make sure everything is good to go, and that is how you replace a chain on a Gixxer 600. There you go, everybody. That is how you change a chain on a Gixxer 600. Most bikes, almost all bikes, are going to be that exact same thing. Go look at the other videos that I have for how to maintenance them, how to adjust them, and just how to make sure that your chain is proper, because my chain snapped a couple days ago. I want to prevent that from happening, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.